so much stuff. Oh my goodness. I realized when I was going through all of my ribbon and mesh and everything, I have so much ribbon for this wreath. But we're just going to do one. We're not going to do two. We'll just do the one. And I want to show you all the stuff that I have for this wreath. Of course, for starters, you start with a wreath form. We're going to be doing this with the 14-inch wreath form. Now, normally, the wreath forms that I use are kind of a dark green, but I found this one. I found about a couple of these at Dollar Tree. They're kind of a tan color. It doesn't really matter because once the wreath is done, it's not going to show. I just thought it was kind of cool because I've never seen the tan colored ones before, so that's really cool. So we're going to use one of these, and I'm going to show you the stuff that I have to do it with. Now, a lot of this stuff comes from Dollar Tree. Actually, I think most of it does. We have decorative mesh. I love this purple. I think this dark purple is one of my favorites as far as the types of mesh that you can get throughout the year at Dollar Tree. I really love this purple. It's so pretty. Now, when you actually put it on the wreath, it's not going to look quite this dark. It mainly looks this dark because it's all rolled up. But when you spread it out, it doesn't look quite so dark, but it still looks really pretty. So, this is the first color right here. Then I have one roll of white mesh. I want to just put a little bit in there. There won't be as much of this as the other colors, but I find that just a little bit of a lighter color really makes, to me it just seems to make the other colors stand out. You're going to have purple and green and orange and black, and you just put a little bit of this in there, just here and there. It just makes it pop a little bit more, I think. So, for the average wreath on a 14-inch frame, I find that it takes about 5 rolls of mesh to do it. Well, 5 or 6, it depends on the type of mesh. If you're using Dollar Tree mesh, it takes 5 to 6 rolls typically. Now, if you're using some from somewhere like Michael's, their mesh is it's more rigid and it's fuller, so it doesn't take quite as much. But we're mainly working with Dollar Tree mesh today. And here, this is just plain black mesh. It's really nice, and you can tell now with their stuff like this. Now they have the Crafters square logo on it. You can tell this is from Halloween because it has little jack-o'-lanterns on it. So we're gonna have some of this in there. It's really good. And this is a roll of green mesh. Now this is not Dollar Tree mesh. I think it's from Michael's. I used this in the Beetlejuice wreath, but I had quite a bit left over, so we can stick some of this green in there. Yeah, it's a lot more rigid than the Dollar Tree mesh. It's just, I don't know, it's just thicker or something. And then finally, of course, we have this beautiful orange mesh. This mesh also has an orange metallic stripe. Now, I think a couple of the other rolls I have a gold metallic stripe, but it doesn't matter. It all looks good. So, it's going to be a very colorful wreath. We're going to have a bunch of different colors in it. So, that'll be the first thing we do. We're going to work on putting together the bundles with all these different colors of mesh. Now, let's see. has little jack-o'-lanterns and bats and black cats and mummies and stuff all over it. It's really small. And then I have this black and white chevron ribbon. This is from Walmart. I actually had 2 rolls of this. I used up an entire roll in the Beetlejuice wreath. And then I had this one left over, so I thought I would incorporate it into whatever I decided to do for a Halloween wreath. It's from Offray. They have a pretty wide selection of ribbon like that at Walmart. I think this came from White Star as well. This is cool. It's from Celebrated. But I bought it at White Star, and it's like a graveyard. It just has a bunch of tombstones all the way around. And the background is orange sheer ribbon. This is 5/8 inch, 3 yards. And then I have, this is from Dollar Tree. This is just a purple sheer ribbon. That's 18 feet of that. But I really like the color. The color I thought was really, really pretty. It's that nice dark purple. And now this one, I think we did put some of this in the Beetlejuice wreath. I believe we did. I could be wrong, but it's really cool. This came from White Star as well, I believe. They all had that orange sticker on there. Halloween crafts. Let's see. 7/8 inch. It's actually 10 yards. That's pretty good. We're not going to use it all. I seriously doubt we would use all that, but it's really pretty. I love the glitter. And then this also came from White Star. It just says boo all the way around. This is a black satin. No, it's sheer ribbon. It's not satin, it's just sheer. And it has boo all the way around. myself, but it's pipe cleaners. But see, you're going to need, for the average wreath, a 14-inch wreath form, you're going to need about 50 bundles. Now this pack has 25 of the little fuzzy sticks in it, but we're going to cut each one in half. We only need half of one for each bundle. So hopefully this will be enough. If not, I have some extra ones over there. So if I don't have enough, I always have extra. So that is, I think that is everything. So now what we're going to grab another piece. And you can do each bundle in the same color if you want. You can do this any way you want to. Grab the opposing corners ball that way, and then gather it up in the middle. Pinch it, put it on top of the rest. And you're going to continue holding it between your fingers or in a chip clip or clothespin or whatever. Just because you have to keep pressure on it, otherwise it'll just come apart. Here's another piece. Just grab the opposing corners, give it a little pull, gather it up, lay it on top, and then you can pick out your ribbon. Here's a piece, and we'll do this orange piece right here. Alright, now it's time for the pipe cleaner. You can put as much ribbon on here too. If you want to add additional pieces, you certainly can. Sometimes I do. Just lay it over the top, perpendicular. Fold it under. Fold it in half. Give it at least 3 twists on the underside. And let it go. There. And you can either fluff it out now or just leave it kind of bundled up and then fluff it out after you put it on the wreath. Either way is fine. I do it both ways. So here's our second bundle. Now I did mention that I might do some additional bundles of ribbon if I have some ribbon left over, which is entirely possible. I'll show you that. I have a lot of ribbon. So if you wanted to do a bundle of just ribbon, see what I was thinking was I have so much. This is just a little bit of it. Maybe in 4 or 5 different places around the wreath, just place a bundle of just ribbon. And with that, I would just select some different colors or different types of ribbon, whatever you want to do. I have 3 here. Put them together. And then grab some ribbon. And this may look tacky as all get out. I don't know. Okay, so you just take your ribbon, stick it all together, then you get your pipe cleaner. Now this is obviously going to be a smaller bundle than if you had a bunch of mesh with it. Put the pipe cleaner over just like you would a normal bundle. Gotta fold it. Trying to even it up, get the ends the same length, and do at least 3 twists on the bottom. So, I would probably do 4 or 5 more of these, and then just place them, just space them out evenly across the wreath, just to give a little extra boost of ribbon. Some people don't like a lot of ribbon in their wreaths. I do. I love to put a bunch of ribbon in my wreaths. I just think it's really great. I still want to do a whole wreath that's nothing but ribbons one of these days. God, it would cost a fortune to buy that much ribbon, but I think it would be really pretty. So that is what I was referring to when I said I might do a bundle of ribbons. That would just be something like that, and you can always add more if you want. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the 2 bundles and our ribbon bundle to the wreath form, which is right here. Hang on, let me move this stuff off the table. That's better. Alright, so here's the wreath form here. Now this is the top. It's convex. This way it kind of goes out like this. That's going to be the front. But we're going to be working on the underside, so we need to turn it over. Now it looks exactly the same, but it's kind of caved in this way. This is the back side of the wreath. This is not going to show when we get done. You start with 1 bundle. Now you see you have these ends of the pipe cleaners. This is what we're going to attach to the wreath form. Now when we're working, we're only going to be using these 2 little wires right here. We're not going to do anything with this one or this one. Just that one right there. We're going to attach it. So I'm going to put it on the underside, which is actually the front. 16-inch wreath frame, and we end up with this. Wow. I wasn't so sure at first about putting all these different colors and patterns of ribbon in here. I was afraid it would be a bit too much, and maybe you think it is, but I love just over-the-top stuff like this. Look at that. Now we still have to decorate it, but oh my gosh, we have so many different types of ribbon. There's some of that little skinny spider web ribbon right there, and the wide ribbon is everywhere. There's some of that really super skinny little ribbon right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at that. And here's the back. Again, you can see where each bundle is attached, and it just goes all the way around. Looks like little spider legs, doesn't it? So this is not going to show, obviously, unless you look at the back. Oh, this wreath just makes me happy. I really like it. It turned out great. But we're still going to add the flowers with the eyeballs and the ping pong eyeballs and the, you know, just the spiders and the other stuff to it. So, I'm going to go add that right quick, and then I will come back and show you how it looks after it's all finished. Okay, I've added all the decorations to it. I think I added pretty much everything I had for the most part. I put stuff all over this wreath. You can't really tell it though. I know it basically looks the same, although I have little sprigs. Look at that big sprig sticking out of it. I hot glued those in there. See, I just cut. Those are those little sparkly branches. I just cut them and then just glued them in there. There's one right there. There's another one.